Well, I guess this is it. Yeah. One way or another, this case gets decided today. Ah! Phoenix, look! Prosecutor Edgeworth. I received a call from the Chief Prosecutor's office yesterday. I was told that whatever Mr. White says today will be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony, if I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. What? Does White have the judge in his pocket too? So you're saying I'm going to be guilty. End of story. I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. Why? Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie, to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. See, this is what I was saying, right? So, Edgeworth, he's a really good prosecutor in that he will do everything to prove that the defendant is the culprit, right? Is the true culprit. And so it's the defense attorney's job to, you know, upturn everything the prosecution says. So there's no bad or good guys in court, like for lawyers, like prosecutors and defense attorneys. Like there's no good or bad side. Like they both have to do their best, and hopefully the truth and justice is served. And depends on both prosecution side and the defendant side. So I make that my policy. Edgeworth, you've changed. Phoenix, you know him? Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix? Well, court will be starting soon. What? But wait! Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. They're not... I'll be defending myself. What? Okay, let's do this. Dun dun. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honor. I'll be defending myself. Understood. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of this event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime. I see. The prosecution may call its witness. That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. No one's going to raise an objection about this. I suppose it's me. Yeah, okay. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Ms. Maya Fey? I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time, I thought that Ms. May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanor. Great. He gets to show off and I get nowhere. I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. Please state your full name. You should know the title of my personage. Your name? Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse? Name! These two are great together. My name is Renoir, but my friends call me Blanco Nino. Nino? Maybe they're supposed to be a tilde. Like, white boy? Blanco Nino. I am the CEO, or to use a more common tone, the president of Blue Call. Did you know the victim, Ms. Mia Fey? That would be negatory. No, I did not. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder? Correct. And you witnessed the murder from there? Why tell you what you already know? Very well, Mr. White. You may begin your testimony. The camera disguise sets me apart. I'm done for. Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing? I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Let him have it, Phoenix! Let's see, it was about 9, I believe. It was quite perusifying. That's reading to view. Some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She too was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction, and it was all over. If things occurred as you testify, I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant. Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Let's see. 9, I believe. Oops. Go back. Arrest. How do you know what time it was? Because I am always absolutely perfect, you know? No. You're not getting away with that. You are so mistrusting, Mr. Lawyer. So, what was the proper term for secretary again? Anyway, Miss May ordered room service for 9. It happened soon after the room service arrived. It was May said too. True, the bellboy who brought the coffee saw Miss May. But he testified that he did not see you at the time. This is your concern? Silly lawyer, Miss May received the coffee outside the room. Of course he could not see me. He would need X-ray vision to pull something like that. Tell us, what were you doing at the time? I was quietly perusifying, that's reading to you, some papers by the window. By window, you mean the one directly across from Fay & Company law offices? Correct! That is the only window, you say. And there you were, reading papers? Correct! The Gatewater is a businessman's hotel, and I am a busy man who had business to do. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. A bedlam? It must have been when you attacked, I assume. We see. Continue. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. So you're reading your papers until you heard that sound. But of course, I am no snoop peeping out of the windows at night. No snoop? Yeah, right. Made a career out of snooping. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Spiky-haired? That's right. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. What you just said directly conflicts with Miss May's testimony. Miss May clearly stated that the scene looked like a girl. I've always been proud of my eyesight, Mr. Lawyer. Just what is your eyesight? Counting both eyes. 40. That's not how it works. 40. Don't add them together. I think the witness is trying to say his eyesight is good. Hey, whose side is this judge on anyway? And what did you do then? I called Miss May over at once. She too was surprised, of course. What was Miss May doing at the time? She had just finished watching a soap opera on the TV and was weeping openly. Did you know she had been tapping the Faye office phone? Irrelevant. That has nothing to do with the case at hand. I care not. I don't answer Laura's bold inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone of this Faye woman. You make a good politician, Mr. White. Oh, I know. After all, I am El Presidente. I think it's supposed to be like George Bush. I think. Please continue. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course, comprende. I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase and struck her down. Are you sure? As you know, I am always absolutely perfect. I just need to change your testimony to reflect the new detail. The victim ran to the left and you gave chase. Are you sure about that? How many times must I say it? I am absolutely perfect. End of story. How many times must I hear that? Psst, Phoenix! Doesn't something about that strike you as a little odd? Yes. Oh. Finally, there was a farewell impaction when it was all over. Impaction? Don't you just mean impact? Ridiculosity! I think you need to brush up on your language skills. On second thought, probably better leave the whole language thing alone. I just prepped this guy too, I wonder? Anyway, I better find a weakness in there. Yeah, so the testimony, right, from not Maya, from April, May. He ran to the left. She said ran to the right. Wait right there! Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. What is this? You said the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Ms. May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right. Oh, it's simple! You have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here. And the victim here. If the victim ran to the left, as you claim she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? That face. Very strange. I did see her run to the left. I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. True. Maybe he really did see their victim run left. So he did witness the killing? Wait a second. It's because he killed her! Duh, so it's his left. Wait, is it his left? I don't know which way. So if he was watching her, right? I mean, she ran. Yeah, so she ran left, right? His left. Yes, Your Honor? Miss May says right, and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? Yes. Oh, both is right. Both witnesses are telling the truth, for once. Ha! I doubt it. Rather, that does not clear up the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Obviously. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Yes, what do you mean he was not viewing the crime from the hotel? If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Faye and Company, of course. More specifically, he was standing here. And the killer— oh, it's in Japanese, but I'm guessing this is the killer spot. Yeah! This is where he was. Look! Now it's back in English. When the victim ran for the door, he was watching from this point. To him, it would appear that she ran to the left. Please, this is no time for jokes and ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. Order. I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion! The postulations of the defense are distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. Ho ho ho. You provide us so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I've been unclear, and for this I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well. Let's hear your revised testimony. Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left. And then you hit her, savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? So obviously Otto's report shows only one force. That does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony? Yes! You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor. Let's press that. What do you mean by that? That is what I am about to explain. You Americans are so impatient. Does not become. Aren't you supposed to be the American? Hey, buddy, you're an American too. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left. What do you mean first? First? That is what comes before what happens next. You do speak English, right? Please, sit back and relax. I'll try to use simple words for your benefit. First, you ran to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That was what I saw. I didn't hit anyone. Now, Mr. Wright. There's no point hiding things from this court. I'm not hiding anything. The prosecution requests that the defense refrain from interrupting the testimony. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Why is he mad at me? Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. What do you mean next? Next, what comes after first? I know that. Then that is all you need to know, Mr. Lawyer. As I said, she turned and made a desperate dash to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. Stop saying it was me. But it was you. Mr. Wright, if you claim that it was not you, then show us proof. Can I do nothing right now? Nothing? May I continue? That's what Miss May saw. So each of you saw different parts? Abso-positively. That's right, of course. Where do you pick up that annoying phrase? I know, right? Where did it come from? Anyway, moving along. You see, you hit her twice. So, were you watching both times? I suppose I was. Please excuse me for not testifying to this sooner. What do you think, Phoenix? I think we've got him right where we want him. He slipped. Let him laugh for now. Also, with a smile off his face. Okay, autopsy report. Hit her twice. Now it's me. From a blow. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Yeah. Mr. White. The victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? Oh. Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were abso-positively perfect? I will refrain from using this phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask this witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Yes, quite. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honor. Yeah, we want justice. Don't let him get away. We get Apollo justice. Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony. The crowd's on my side. We're slipping out of this now, White. Mr. White? Oh, okay. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then, the next moment I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you, attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran for the door. Then you did her in with a single blow. Swap! Swap indeed. Very well, let me begin the cross-examination. Mr. Your Honor, my stomach, you see it, it's hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. You heard that thing fall? What exactly was that thing? Huh? The glass light stand! Right, the one that had fallen over at the scene. Phoenix! Doesn't something about that strike you as odd? Yes. Yeah, that is odd. I'll press further. Mr. White. Huh? What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry, my bad. The witness will revise his testimony. Okay. Of course. A light stand was lying on the floor when I looked. The glass stand was lying on the floor? That's the first I've heard of this. Why didn't you tell us about the stand before? Why? Me? Well, I was instructed not to. Wait! One moment. Give me a minute to gather my thoughts. I'm so confused. Light's falling apart. Your Honor, please, I ask that you do not allow the witness to be badgered any further. Mr. Wright, please refrain from badgering the witness. Yes, Your Honor. Edgeworth is on the ropes. Very well. The witness may continue his account. But then the next moment, I saw Miss Mia run to the left. Miss Mia? Mr. White, did you know the victim personally? No. Triple no. How would I? How could I? I see nothing odd about the witness knowing the name of the victim. Mr. Wright, I will not have you hurrying the witness. Looking a little flustered, Edgeworth. The killer, you attacked her, but she dodged. Now, before you said that she was hit before she ran. Yes, I must have been confused. But don't worry, we all know what happened now. She turned and ran for the door. What did you do then? I gave chase, of course. I gave chase. No, not me. The killer. I mean, he gave chase. Mr. White, please try to remain calm. Mr. Wright here is only trying to fluster you with baseless accusations. Right. Thank you, Miles. Then you did it in with a single blow. Swap. Swap? It doesn't sound like the savage attack from your earlier testimony. Oh, yes, well, I'm a man of peace, you see. Phoenix. He's getting a lot less talkative. He's probably afraid I'll catch him on something. Won't be easy. Actually, it's pretty easy. You can't see the glass light from the window. Oops. On the phone when I looked. Where's the map? Yes. Yep, see? Lamp here. Mr. White. It was impossible for you to have seen the glass stand. What? Look at this. These are the floor plans to the scene of the murder, yes? Correct, Your Honor. Now, look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you would be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White? What do you have to say to that? Ridiculosity. Mr. White, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel, as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So, when did you see the stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment that it fell. And the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Fey Law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Gah! Mr. White? Mr. White. You did it, didn't you? Mr. Your Honor? Miss Mia. Looks like we're about to get our verdict. That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. Ooh, here comes that music! What? I forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White. I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now? Hmm? What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. The wiretap? Order, order! Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corps. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fay. What does that have to do? Your Honor, the question is, when was this wiretap placed in the office, and by who? No, you wouldn't! Mr. White. In order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. Am I correct? Correct! You're most correct, Miles. Give me a break! Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fay & Co. law offices. Oops. That is when I saw that accursed light stand. Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what all this means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand. At the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. Wright would have liked you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer. I see. However, it is a fact that Mr. White had been to that office well before the murder took place. When he went to the place the wiretap, he could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for the basest conjecture it is. Mr. White, you will testify to the court about this wiretapping. Leave it to me. I feel faint. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Clay & Co. law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That's when I saw this glass light stand. So you saw the stand before the night of the incident, and this is how you're able to identify what had fallen over. By the sound? Correct, that is right. I see, very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine. What am I supposed to do now? Good luck, Phoenix! It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. Do you have proof? Miss April May knew the details of Miss Faye's phone conversation. This proves a wiretap was placed before the murder. Huh, right. I had entered the Faye & Co. law offices. Oops. Go back. Was it really you that went into the office? Or was it Miss May? Unidentified fingerprints several days old were found in the Faye & Co. law offices. Those were obviously Mr. White's. If I know Edgeworth, he's already run a check on those prints. Now, Mr. White, tell us why you went to the Faye & Co. law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. Why did you tap Mia's phone? This has no bearing on the current case, Your Honor. Blue Corp is a detective agency of sorts, with responsibility to protect client confidentiality. That is when I saw this glass light stand. Why did you notice something as innocuous as a light stand? The light stand was made of entirely out of glass. It was quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression on me. Such a beauticious thing deserves attention, does it now? That is all. Damn it. Ooh, stop it, Phoenix. There's nothing there for me to press him on. Oh well, maybe he's rattled enough that I can bluff something out of him. So I think... Where... Oh. Department store receipt. Yeah, okay, so that's gonna come into play, but I don't know when. I just keep pressing? Oops. No. Go back. I think I already pressed every statement, right? Okay, yeah, I just had to, like, keep going. Uh-oh, don't tell me I've run out of ammo. Tisk tisk. I'm afraid that as far as you go, Mr. Wright. The time has come for you to admit your defeat. You fought honorably. No more. I can't take this anymore. Mr. Wright? Are you giving up? Yeah. No, Phoenix! Phoenix! Phoenix, over here! I know that voice. Mia? Never give up, Phoenix! Mia! Where am I? The waiting lobby? What happened? Oh, right. I lost the trial. I was hallucinating. Ah, you're finally awake. Gak. Hey, Phoenix! Gak, that's a way to greet an old friend. Phoenix, I want you to look at me. See, Capcom, what is this bullshit right here? Come on, Capcom. Come on. Mia's only, what? How old is Mia? 16? Yeah, she's only 17. Come on. Come on, Capcom. Come on. You're... Excuse me. But Maya? Didn't you know the Fey women have strong psychic powers? When you accepted your defeat in court, it appears that was enough of a shock to awaken Maya's true powers. So, Maya's channeling you, Mia. That's right. I am Maya, but I'm also Mia. Now, I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. Maya never gave up. You can't either. That's why I came here to tell you. But we don't have much time, Phoenix. Now listen. You've already won. Huh? You have the receipt in their court record, right? Oh, yeah. The one you wrote Maya on? Phoenix, Wright wrote that, not me. So what do I do with it? Look at the front of the receipt. The front? It's a regular receipt. Looks like it's from a famous department store. $1,000. Wow, big spender. Item. Last light stand. Date of purchase, September 4. September 4! That's right, Phoenix. I bought that stand the day before I was killed. Whoa! Now, what did Mr. Wright say in his testimony? It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. He said he saw the stand the week before the murder. There you go. I think the court is about to reconvene. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent, now you just have to prove it. Right. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I remember the receipt, but played a part in it. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. His defendant, rather... Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Yeah, sorry, Your Honor. I'm fine now. Then, let's start where we left off. Your Honor, there is nothing to go back to. The cross-examination of Mr. Wright is finished. All that is required now is for you to pass judgment on the defendant Phoenix Wright. Your Honor, please, give me one more chance. I promise you, this is the last time I'll ask you. But as Mr. Edgeworth has noted, the trial is more or less finished. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an opinion on this matter? I say, let us give Mr. Phoenix Wright his last chance. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. September, before the murder. Did you just present it now? Okay, yes, I guess I just show it here. We're gonna do it at the end of the thing. Try the end first. Yeah, it's the ending one. Look closely at this. See the word Maya written in blood? You're grasping. I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt. The other side? Your Honor, would you tell the court what is written on the other side of that receipt? Well, a glass light stand. And the date of purchase? Why, that's the day before the murder. You see? Mr. White, when you allegedly entered Fay & Co. law offices at the beginning of September, the stand could not have been there. Quack. Well, Mr. White? Can't get out of this one, can you? No, it's impossible. Uh-oh, he's losing it. Well, Your Honor, I understand there must be quite a bit of pressure on you. But I think you'll agree you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances. Very well. Then, that is all for the trial of... Not so fast, Phoenix Wright. What? No way can he worm out of this way. His way out of this one. Oh wait, I forgot. It's Edgeworth. There is a certain thread of logic to the defendant's claims. However, there is no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent. Ergo, I would like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry into this matter. Another inquiry? This is going to be another one of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes up evidence as he pleases. This is bad. I've checked. Mr. White's guilt is obvious. There is no need to prolong this trial any further. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? If anyone is going to call Mr. White to trial, it would be me, the prosecution. I need a day to ascertain whether these new claims have any basis in factual evidence. I see. Objection denied. What? The completion of the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright will be postponed until tomorrow. No! Don't tell me what will happen if I can't end this now! Edgeworth is sure to come up with, or just make up something. After Mia showed up to help me and all. Mr. Your Honor, may I go home? Of course. Thank you for your time. Gah. The witness will stay! Mia! Phoenix! Read this note out loud. Mia? What's this? Your Honor, if I may. You're quite persistent today, Mr. Wright. You bet I am. My life is running on this one. I have something I would like to read to the court. The memo Mia gave me, the memo Mia had given me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. That's when it happened. Stop! Desist! Halt! But please stop! Make him stop! How did you get that list? Mr. White, admit your guilt right here, right now. Or else this list will be released to the press. I confess. I confess. I did it. I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the thinker. Case closed, Your Honor. Well, I see no reason to continue this trial. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defense. Haha, spirit. Yes, Your Honor. I guess you could say that. Haha, he said it too. Spirited and wins. Well. This court finds the defense, or the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Not guilty! Confetti time! Yay! That is all. The court is adjourned. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this again, but congratulations! Lucky I was born a fae. I'm lucky I had both you and Maya on my side. I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Phoenix. You risked a lot to help me, and Maya. I won't forget it as long as I live. As long as you live? My time here is running out. Huh? Maya's powers are still weak. I can't stay here that long. What? No! There's still so much to say! Don't worry. I'm sure we'll meet again. Chief! I'm not the chief anymore. Phoenix? Can you come to the office tonight, say 9 o'clock? The office? I'll see you later. Chief. Mia! Being here, it's hard not to think about that night. You came! Mia. I was kind of worried you might not. Huh? Of course I came. Well then. I'm pretty hungry. How about a burger? Mia? You should see your face. Mia! What are you talking about? It's me, Maya! Maya? What, did I look like my sister? Look like you were her. I might be able to use that. Oh, Phoenix! Go to the store and buy me lunch, would you? Maya, why are you here? Because of this! See? Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me. Take care of? Huh? She means the office. This office. Someone has to help with the new Wright & Co. law offices, right? And who better but me, Maya Fey, reporting for duty. Wait, no. On second thought, let's make this casual. Yo, Nick! Maya here. Ready to get down to business. You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? It's a great name. Mia said that's what your friend Larry calls you. Nick. You know what this means? We're partners! You know, when I think about it, it is Maya's fault I'm here now. But if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. Wright and Company law offices. It's got a good ring to it. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Aww. Oh. Good luck, Phoenix. I'll always be here, watching. Shaka. Right! Okay, Nick, let's do it! Huh? Do what? Burgers, dummy! Burgers! There's a great burger joint just down the street. Come on! Time's a-wastin'. Oh, okay. Wait up! I like the Maya sisters' music. It's really sweet. Alright, and I'll see you guys next time.